Teacher.
Kajen.
In the diagram below, the graph OB represents the motion of particle P, while the graph OCDE represents the motion of particle Q for a period of t seconds.
Okay, because we are using Jamboard, okay, that's why the highlight is running. Okay, the graph of OB represent the motion of P. Where is OB? This is OB. Okay, then this is P. You label this is P. This is P. Where's my pen? Okay. So then, while the graph of OCD, so we have another graph which is OCD, OCDE. This is the graph, and it represents the motion of particle Q. Okay, now this is the particle Q for the period of t second. Okay, what graph is this? Can you please tell me what graph is this?
Speed time graph.
See or not, this question never tell you. Okay, this question, they never tell you that what graph is this. They just say that in the diagram below. So your attention is onto this first. Okay, otherwise you will interpret wrongly. Okay, now, while this one motion, okay, for the period of t second, okay, it's in second. This one period t second. Okay, now I see the graph, I understand. Okay, go to A.
State the uniform speed in ms-1 of the particle Q.
Okay, state the uniform speed in meter per second. Okay, you are still reading meter per second as ms to the power of -1. Meter per second is the way we read speed, meter per second. Please practice on that. Okay, for particle Q. So now the question is asking for Q. Asking for Q. So asking for Q for the uniform speed. Okay, how do you solve this one? Where's your working? Okay, wait. Can you move your screen because I'm using this? Okay. So you get your answer as 16. You get your answer as 16 meter per second. Can you please explain a little bit?
The gradient is 0, so it moves with uniform speed.
The gradient is they're asking for uniform speed. Asking for uniform speed. What do you mean by uniform speed? The gradient is 0. Explain one more time.
The gradient is 0 means that the particle Q move with uniform speed.
Which one that is gradient 0?
C to E.
Then you have to go back. You have to come back to your question here. You have to, you have to come back to the diagram here. Check on here and check on here. Okay, check on OC and check on CDE. CDE. Okay, why? Why am I checking? Because they ask for the uniform speed. So for the speed time graph, in order to get uniform speed, means that no changes in speed. It's the same thing like what we did in question number 2. Is it number 2 just now? It's the same same thing that we learned in question number 1. So when you say resting, no increment in distance. So now when you say uniform speed means that there is no increment in speed. So which part that shows no increment in speed? Can you see the OC? OC, when I move from O to C, when I move from O to C, O to C, I can see that my speed is going up from 0 to 16. For C, my speed is moving from 0 to 16. Whereas for CDE, my speed remain at 16, 16, 16 until 16. Okay, Nat? So now, go back to the question, uniform speed. Uniform speed, what do you mean by uniform? Uniform means same. That's why you have your school uniform. When we say you go to school by wearing school uniform means that everybody will be the same. So uniform speed will be the same for the period of time. For the period of time. So which one is your answer? Your answer will be here. CDE. CDE will be the the motion of from C to D to E will give you, they are using uniform speed yang sama. So what is the time? What is the state the uniform the question asks you to state the uniform speed. So the uniform speed is 16. Why? Because here it shows 16. Is that clear? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, this is how you see. When I say resting means that no increment in distance, that is in question 1. Okay, now we are in question 3. They say uniform speed yang sama. Okay, speed yang sama means that there is no increment. So in your note, what you can do for this phrase, uniform speed, then you may say lah, no increment. Okay, no increment in speed. Macam itu. You make your own note to your question paper. That's how you learn. Okay, then we continue to the next one. Okay, the next one, can I have this next person? Masira?
In
Okay, Masira?
question. In t seconds, the difference in distance traveled between particle P and Q is 24 meters. Calculate the value of t.
Okay, the distance in the difference in distance traveled between the particle P and Q is 24 meter. Okay, so then what's the question once? Calculate the value of t. So now, tell me how you plan to solve this question.
For this question, the keyword is distance. So to find the distance, we use the area under the graph.
Okay, wait. No, you tell me what do you do first. The explanation of the working will be later. So you tell me the first one. What do you look for? What is your first step? Pardon? Okay, you look for distance from whom?
Particle P and particle Q.
Okay, you look for distance for particle Q and particle P. Very good. Then
from the question, we know that their difference is 24 meters.
Okay, so what is the second step?
Find the area under the graph.
Okay, no, find the area under the graph is that is actually under your planning here. Under your planning here, when you're about to look for the distance, what method do you use to look for the distance? Is actually the area under the graph. Okay, not under the graph. This is during your planning time. Then you have this. Okay, not?
Okay.
Okay, then when you have your area under the graph already, so what is your next step?
Use the area of particle Q minus particle P and get 24 meters. Do the formula.
Okay, what's the difference? P minus Q, is there any information in the question?
Equal to 24 meters.
Equals to 24. Now I have a question to ask you. Can I have Q minus P? Maybe I use other color. Wait, hold on. I use other color. Okay, green color. Okay, can I have Q minus P equals to 24? Can or not?
Yes.
So, then what do you do? What is your third step?
Find P and Q.
Okay, then from here you will be able, you sub the, you still remember just now that you get the area?
Yes.
You sub the area into this. Your third one is you solve. Okay, the third step is that you solve. This is what you plan. Okay, guys, listen here. When you are doing this topic, this is how you plan. Your planning means that you read the question. This is what you plan. After you plan, then you get to your working. Okay, now we are now in our working. So you have your question with you, right? I want to project this. Okay, anyhow, I cannot, since your writing is big, then I just show you this. Okay, now you're first to look for the area of trapezium. Area of trapezium belongs to whom?
Belongs to particle Q.
Okay, belongs to particle Q. That is why it is very important for you to write here. Okay, when you read from the earlier information, this is structure question. We have our A, B, C, and we have our pecahan. So it means that the story from the earlier part, you cannot miss. Make sure that you master this. Okay, since this color cannot be seen, so I use, can I use this pen? Wait, let me see whether can I use. Cannot see. Hey, why your image is so dark one? Until I cannot see. I cannot see. This one at least. I use gold color. Oh, you want gold lah. This group wanted gold color. Okay, so this is particle Q. So, can you please tell me how you use this formula? How to apply this formula?
We find CD. First, CD is equal to T minus 12. After we find CD, we find the value of, we find T. So we plus T minus 12 plus T.
Okay, means that, wait, for this one, T minus 12.
Yes.
T minus 12 is actually belongs to whom?
CD.
Okay, very good. This is CD. See, I need to change my color. This is CD. This is T minus 12. The duration for this is T minus 12. So this is CD. This is CD. Okay, then you plus with
T.
Plus with T.
Yes.
Plus with T.
Maybe the formula. I think, yeah. Some problem.
What happened here?
Teacher can change it to T.
Okay, I changed this one to T. That's why we need to do our discussion. Change this one to T. Okay, now my I use red color. Okay, my advice to you, please place your T as with the tail so that it will be a bit different with the plus sign. Okay, if your plus is here, your T is here, then we will not be able to see. So if your plus is this, plus sign we cannot change, we can change the T. If you're not used to the tail onto the right, so you make T this way. But I prefer you make T this way, but I prefer this one. Okay, it will be better. Make sure that you differentiate the T and the plus. Okay, so then what do you have?
Then we'll have bracket 2T minus 12 bracket times with 8.
Okay, bracket. So how do you solve this one? In order to save your time to solve this one, can I just cancel this one with this one first? This, wait, okay, cancel this and this, I'll get 8. Okay, nah?
Okay.
Okay, so then you're working for this with, I need some, I cannot drag because the writing will not go along with my paper. So then your working shall be, I bring it out here. I take the gold color. So it shall be 8. It shall be 8 times the 8 I bring in front. I bring in the 8 in front. Open bracket, it will be T minus 12 plus T. Plus T. Okay, plus T. Wait. Plus T. Okay. So when this one, I will be having it as 2T. So my next line, okay, I write it as next line. So 8 will be 2T minus 12. So that's why when 2T minus 12, what do you do after this?
Multiply the...
Okay, you expand. Right? You expand, you get 16, right?
Yes.
16T, right? So then 8, you times with, you expand with negative 12, you get negative 96. Your working is correct, but your writing is wrong. Okay, please pay attention. This is what I meant. You need to do writing. Okay, continue. Very good.
So after we find Q, now we find P, which
is
by using the area of triangle. So 1 over 2 multiply with 16, which is the height of the triangle, and multiply with the T, which is the base of the triangle, we will get 8T.
Okay. Oh, wait. For the trapezium, how you get your 16 just now? I missed out this one. So remember just now the 2 parallel line? Okay, just now I missed out. So please pay attention. Okay, this is your CD. Okay, and this is your T. This is your T just now, right? You have your 2 parallel line that you add up. You add up the 2 parallel line. And this is the height. The height is of 16, right? And the formula for trapezium is half the whole thing. Okay, not the rest? Okay, not? Do you understand the formula of trapezium? Members of the floor? Yes. Okay, good. So now go back to triangle. Triangle, not a problem. You have this one as 8t. Okay, now what do? You have this one as 8t. What do you
So
do now?
after find Q and P, we start to solve the question, which is using Q minus P equal to 24. We will get 16t minus 96 minus 8t equal to 24. Then we will get 8t equal to 120. After get this value, we divide 8, we'll get t equal to 15.
Okay, but just now, very good, you're working. But just now, you are telling me P minus Q. What happened if I use P minus Q? P is this. P is this. I use gold color. P is this. Okay, wait, P is this. So means that 8t, I minus with my 16t, I minus with my 96, I get it as 24. So can you please work this one out? This one, P minus Q, right? P minus Q. This one should be in the bracket. So I'll get 8t minus 16t and then plus 96 equals to 24. Do you get this one? So I get it as negative 8t will be equals to negative 70, what? 72, right? So my t will be 72 divided by 8. What do you get?
9.
9. So 1t, when I am using my P minus Q, when I use my P minus Q, I get 9. Okay, P minus Q, I get 9. P minus Q, I get 9. But Q minus P, I get 15. So now is the time you think of which answer is reasonable. Is your T 9 or your T 15?
15.
Okay, why do you say 15?
Because t is bigger than 12.
Okay, because t is on the right of 12, which is, it should be greater than 12. Okay, t, the value of t should be greater than 12. If your t is 9 in your graph, where will it be? Okay, if it is t, your t is 9, your graph will be, your 9 will be here, and this is 15. So which one will be your answer? Definitely you are going to take this, t equals to 15. Is that clear?
Yes.
Yes. So then 15 by right, you should add in your unit as well in second. Okay, in second, you have to add in your unit as in second. Okay, members of the floor? Members of the floor, are you with me? Who is not here today? I want to check the attendance one more time. Jason and Shazwina, who is not in? Can someone please check for me? Is Jason or Shazwina not in? Shazwina, Jason. Jason, key in your attendance. Someone please send Jason the attendance link. Yeah. Oh, Shazwina ada. Okay, very good. Today's attendance. Key in your attendance because you belum key in lagi. Shazwina and Jason, I'm very glad. I'm very happy that you are here today. Okay. So now let's go back to our class. So for this question, do you understand? Yes or no? Thank you for joining the class, Shazwina. Jaga kesihatan ya. Okay. Members of the floor, this question ada masalah tak? Kugan, are you okay with this question? Suraj, are you okay? No question from you or you're busy preparing your answer? Hello, hello. So why no someone from you all? You never respond to my question. Okay, now let's move to, can we continue? We are now going to continue to question number 4, which is group 4. Okay, group 4. Group 4, okay? I cannot touch anything because once I touch it shall move. Oh, here, can, because you don't write on the screen. You send the picture. Okay, then this one, at least I can move. Okay. Don't be busy preparing your stuff during our discussion. Okay? Pay attention to our discussion. Otherwise, then you lose out. Okay, now let's go to group 4. Okay, let's start with Wei Hing. Wei Hing, can you please read the question? Hey, Wei Hing, are you there? Not in.
Yes. Teacher, I will read it.
You read.
Diagram shows a distant time graph for the motion of a car and a van in the duration of 120 minutes. Graph AEB represents the motion of the car from town P to town Q. Graph CDEF represents the motion of the van from town Q to town P. The car moves from town P and the van moves from town Q at the same time and go through the same route.
Okay, that is the information very clear. Who did this one? Who did the diagram? Who did the green line and the yellow line? Who did that, man? Pardon?
Wei Hing.
Junyi.
Wei Hing.
Wei Hing. Okay, Wei Hing did that. Okay, so then continue. I'm not going to interfere your discussion, but you are going to tell me. Okay, come on. Read the question and go on. From the green color, the diagram, you elaborate a little bit. You can touch the screen, right? You can write on, right? Can you write? Yes or no? Members of group 4.
Teacher, we go for the first question or what?
No, the green color. Just now you read, just now during my presentation, as I read, then I draw, right? So now the drawing is already there, but you need to roughly explain a little bit. What did you write? The uniform speed? How do you see this? Why you see that the yellow line indicate uniform speed? Why it stop? Why time taken? All this what intersection? Then the other what is there? Total distance travel. You have to explain. You have to explain all this.
It's related to our question, so we.
Yes. Oh, it's related to your question. As you go, then you want to refer back the diagram. Is that what you meant? Okay,
yes.
okay. Then you start doing. Okay, start your presentation. So each of you take one. Okay, Wei Hing, you take A, and then Junyi take B, Nurin take C, Suraj take D, or anyone.
Teacher, I take
A. Okay, Suraj take A.
They ask to state the duration of time in minutes when the van stops. So the duration of time in minutes when the van stops is from D to E because got no gradient.
Suraj, sorry. Suraj, for this, then you say go back to the graph. We look into the green line because the green line indicate the route of the van.
Okay.
Otherwise,
in the graph,
wait. Now start.
In the graph, the green line indicates the van, and on the green line, the part from D to E is when the van stops.
How do you know?
Because got no change in distance and got uniform.
What graph is that? What graph is that?
Distance time graph.
Yes, it's distance time graph. Just now when I say when it stops means that it has no increment in distance, right?
Yes.
So then, okay, repeat all over your explanation.
Okay. When we look at the graph, the green line is the movement of the van, and the part where the van stops is from D to E because there is no change in the distance.
Yes. Okay. Because the graph given is the distance time graph. Very good. So what's the answer?
So the answer is the time at E minus the time at D. So
Okay.
75 minutes minus 50 minutes. So we get 25 minutes.
Okay, remember when we are looking for the duration of time, it shall be the final time minus the initial time. Okay, the stopping time. I did explain in my earlier, when I was in this topic earlier. So the final time is the finishing time is 75. The initial time, the time that they start is 50 minutes. So you're working perfect. So you get 2 marks. Very good. Congratulations. Okay, next, B.
For
Who is
B,
taking
find,
over B? Siapa?
Nurin.
Nurin, okay.
For B, find the distance in kilometer from town Q when both vehicles meet. So from the graph, point E is the intersection. So there is wait. From town Q, which is 140 minutes, 140 kilometer minus with 100. So the distance when both vehicles meet is 40 kilometer.
Where,
The intersection point is at E. So 140 kilometer, 140 kilometer minus with 100 kilometer equals to 40 kilometer. So
Because I can see from the graph, they intersect, they meet at 100. Why your answer is 40?
140 kilometer minus 100.
Why 140 minus 100? Why?
Distance from town Q.
So your keyword is that, remember, you need to, when you are explaining, you need to emphasize. Okay? You need to emphasize where is the measurement from. They want to know find the distance in kilometer from town Q. So from town Q, you are going to measure not from 0. Otherwise, then my answer, I straight away see 100, my answer will be 100 kilometer already. Then I am wrong. Why? Because it doesn't fit the answer to it. The question to it, the question asking for from town Q. So you have to measure from town Q. So your working is perfect. You panic ke? Bila cikgu tanya soalan. Don't panic. Okay, you should know my style already. Okay, when the two vehicles meet. So the rest, do you understand? Why it is not 100, but it is 40? Yes or no? Answer to this question. I know that you are not doing this question, but when we are discussing this question, all of you shouldn't do your own work. Your attention is to this question. That's why I asked the member to read the question, to explain the question, and to ask question. Okay, I will ask question until as if that you are doing that work at that time. Right? So very good. Congratulations. Then we continue to C.
So question
Judy,
C asks, yes.
Where is Wei Hing? Wei Hing has no mic.
D. He will take question D.
Oh, you take D. Okay. Okay.
So for C, the question asks us to calculate the average speed in km per hour of the van for the whole journey. So from the graph, we already know that the green line, CDEF, is representing the motion of the van. We use the formula total distance traveled over total time taken to find the average speed of the van. So from the graph CDF, we can know that the total distance traveled for the van is 140 km, where also the total time taken is 120 minutes. But the question want the answer in unit km per hour, we need to divide the 120 minutes with 60. And last, we can get the average speed of the van is 70 km per hour.
Perfect. Okay, this is but you go a little bit fast. Very good. Your presentation is perfect. So if let's say you're having problem with this, getting this value in here, I will say that you straight away change the value here. Okay, this is in minute. This is in minute. What do you do? 120 divided by 60. 120 divided by 60, you shall get it as in 2 hours. So then you shall have 140 divided by 2 hours. So this is kilometer, this is hours. So you shall get this answer. Will it be okay? If you are having problem with getting the minutes dividing in 60 in the working in here, you get this one done before you sub it into the formula, total distance divided by total time. Will it be okay, Anna? The whole explanation is good. I'm satisfied with this. Okay, because you say refer to the graph, you explain. I do not know how about the floor, members of the floor. Is that okay with you? Yes or no? Nobody respond. Okay. You, Nurin only. Wen Hui. Everybody, you need to pay attention as what we are discussing. Please. Don't go and busy with your work. I'm not interested in that. I am now interested in this. Okay, let's go to the last person in your group.
So the question D is calculate the value of T. So look back to the graph, can see that the yellow line graph AEB represents the motion of the car from town P to town Q. And then T minutes marks the total time taken for car move from town P to town Q.
Okay.
As this is a distance time graph, so the gradient represents the speed. And we can see that the graph AEB is a straight line, which means the speed is constant. The car moves with uniform speed. So we decided to calculate the value of T based on the average speed formula. First of all, we calculate the average speed of the car from 0 to 75 minutes, and it is 80 km per hour. Since the speed doesn't change, so the average speed for car from 0 to T minutes will also be the same. Since car move with uniform speed, we use total distance travel, which is 140 km, divide T minutes, which is the total time taken, equals to the 80 km per hour. And we get T is 1.75 hour. After converting into minutes, value of T is 105.
Okay, so you need to have your minute. Okay, now, very good. The way that you present is mathematics in this topic. Okay, in this topic, the level that you present is high level. Okay, perfect level. But anyhow, if let's say I am having problem, okay, I'm having problem. As you say, your idea is good. Everybody pay attention here. The idea of you, what you mentioned just now, you say that this is a straight line. Why am I using this pen? Okay, and this is the line here, and this is T. Okay, and at this motion, I know the value here is 75, and I know the value here is 100. Okay, this is my coordinate. I'm going to place my coordinate 0, 0. This is 75, 100, and this is T will be 140. Okay, as what Wei Hing just now said that uniform speed. Okay, the speed is the same because the gradient is the same. So what I can do is that I will get the gradient of this, and it should be equivalent to the gradient of this. Okay, this is how I'm going to solve my question. So since I don't have no place, where am I going to chonteng? Okay, wait, let me see where can I chonteng this one. Okay, I bring this one away first. Okay, so this is what I am going to do here. So I'll be using my mathematics calculation. After all, I know that the gradient of the green and the blue are the same. Okay, after all, I understand the basic. So what I do, I get the gradient of the green part, which is gradient, the formula of gradient, which is equals to y2 minus y1 equals to x2 minus x1. So I take the green part. So it shall be 140 minus 100 over t minus 75 should be equals to 100 minus 0 over 75 minus 0. Do you get me? Yes or no? Or you may say that this is a bit long working. You may place this working you may place this to make my work easier. I will place this one by getting the gradient of O. What is the O what? OB. Okay, O is here and B is here. So OB is 140 minus 0 over T minus 0 equals to 100 minus 0 over 75 minus 0. What idea am I applying here? Gradient, same gradient. Okay, same gradient. Okay, so from here, can you please evaluate what is your T? So it's much easier. 140 times 75 divided by 100. Divided by 100, I get my T equals to 150 minute. Will that be okay? Do you understand? You pick up this. This is the actual way of doing in mathematics. Okay, but in exam, when you perform this one, we integrate this working with our coordinate geometry method. Okay? Okay, now. Okay, now it's already time, 8:50.